What's up everybody, WantToBlow7 here and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. In today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, I'm going to be showcasing a Dark Dust Spirit deck for you guys. I'm genuinely surprised that I'm already making a video on Dark Dust Spirit, but I'm so happy that I am, and big shout out to the homie iGalaxy for inspiring me to build this deck list. Basically, he was either watching one of my live streams or I was watching one of his YouTube live streams. Whatever happened, he mentioned the idea of utilizing Neos Fusion to fusion summon into Brave Neos, and by pitching a Neos and Amaryllis to summon into Brave Neos. Now that you have Amaryllis in the graveyard, thanks to Neos Fusion, you can summon into Dark Dust Spirit, because Amaryllis allows you to tribute summon a monster with one less tribute. Dark Dust Spirit, when it's summoned on the field, nukes every face of monster on the field, and you can use Neos Fusion to protect your Brave Neos and potentially go for some OTK action. So big shout out to the homie iGalaxy for inspiring me to make this video. I don't think he's going to be making a video on Dark Dust Spirit, but still, go subscribe to his channel and go peep some of his Duel Links videos when you're done watching this video. Also, me and him actually did a collab series together. We played Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelist Link Evolution and sped run through the game. So if you're interested in that after you're done watching this video, you can also check that out too. So we got a lot of cool content out here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, I'm going to showcase this deck list right here because this deck is a little spicy. Now, I only went 10 at 10 with the deck, but I got some cool dual replays to showcase to you guys. And I pretty much already explained how this deck works, but I'll run it again in a little bit more detail. Like I said, you utilize Neos Fusion to fusion summon into your Elemental Hero Brave Neos, and you pitch your Elemental Heroes and an Amaryllis to the graveyard to summon into Brave Neos. Then what you do is that you banish your Amaryllis, because this card states during your main phase you can banish the card from your graveyard. You can normal summon one monster this turn for one less tribute. You only can use this effect once per turn, and then since you did that, you can now basically special summon, or not basically special summon, but you get to normal summon Dark Dust Spirit basically for free. And when this card is normal summoned, you can destroy all other face-up monsters on the field, or it's a mandatory effect. So when you summon this guy, you destroy everything on the field, which is a really cool thing. We got Keeper the Dragon Magic to easily go into our Neos Fusion. We got Phoenix Chain and the Canadias to help us out for going against our opponent. We got the back row removal right here, and Canadia is actually pretty good too, because since if Canadia is in your graveyard and you activate a different trap card, or your opponent activates a trap card, you can special summon Canadia on the field and then use that as tribute fodder for Dark Dust Spirit. And Canadia is protected from Dark Dust Spirit, so if you don't want to blow up your own Canadia, you're good, because this card's unaffected by monster effects. So Canadia works super well in this deck, which is awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. I am utilizing Neospace to get my Brave Neoses to 3,000 attack with the dual rate plays I showcased in today's video. I'm using No Mortal Can Resist and summon them. I don't know why, but literally my brain thought that this thing nuked everything. So for like the longest time, I was just, rocking No Mortal Can Resist, when I realized that, man, I should just be rocking Neospace, because having a 3,000 attack Brave Neos is actually very helpful in some of the matches, which is why my win-loss ratio is a little screwed. But we still got 10-10, so I'll take it. But nonetheless though, enough rambling aside, let me go showcase to you guys some of the dual replays that I had, and let me showcase to you guys some of the spice with this deck. So the first dual replay I'm going to showcase to you guys, I'm going against somebody from China. This player is playing Dark Magician, and let me tell you what, boys and girls, this deck popped off against Dark Magician. Now, I'm not going to say that this deck is going to continuously pop off against Dark Magician. I got extremely lucky in this replay, but I gotta show this replay because it is insane. Now, I'm going turn 1, or my opponent's going turn 1, and going against turn 1 Dark Magician, oh my goodness, it's an absolute pain to go against. He starts off with the Dark Magical Circle, adds Dark Magician to hand, he goes for the Magician's Rod, searches for Magician's Navigation, and then he just double sets real quick, and it's like, bro, are you joking me, dude? There's nothing worse than going turn 2 against a Dark Magician board like this. But like I said, I got extremely lucky, and I got the God hand for going against his opponent. We're going to first trigger the Cosmic Cyclone and get rid of Dark Magical Circle so he can't banish our monsters. I'm going to activate Neos Fusion right here. He's going to trigger his Magician's Navigation, and what we're going to be seeing here is a couple little Dark Magicians. What's up, Dark Magician? How you doing? I don't got time to watch your animation, though. We're going to see the summon a Dark Magician and Dark Magician, the Magician of Dark Illusion, and what we do is that we pitch Amaryllis and Elemental Hero Neos to the graveyard to fusion summon into Brave Neos. Next up, what we do right here is that we're going to activate Amaryllis' ability, and then we're going to go summon our Dark Dust Spirit for free, and we literally blow up the entire field right here. Use Neos Fusion to protect us. I use No Mortal Can Resist to make sure that his graveyard doesn't have no Dark Magicians, and this dude scooped This dude scooped, and I was so disappointed in this guy. Just take the L, bro. You sold that spice, bro. You're playing Dark Magician, and you just got smacked with that spice, baby. But it is what it is right here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said during the deck list portion of the video, I should be using Neospace, and we'll see some replays later of me using Neospace because it is a better skill for this deck. But we rocking the Azizu, okay? We get in the fan service in today's video. No Immortal Can Resist kind of does work in some duels, but yeah, use Neospace. Don't use No Immortal Can Resist. But hey, what's up, Azizu? How you doing, girl? No, let's go move on to the next duel. So in the next duel replay, we're going to be going against somebody called Broniak from Indonesia. And let me tell you what, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this duel was absolutely insane. And this is going to be a very difficult duel for me to commentate. So try your best to keep up with me. I'm going to try my best to keep up with this duel in the first place, because this duel was insane. And I think both of us made minor misplays here and there. But nonetheless, though, we're going turn 2 against this deck. He's going to trigger his charge of Light Brigade, search for Lumina. Next up, he's going to normal summon Lumina and activate its ability to pitch Raid into the graveyard. Use Raid to pitch some more cards and then synchro summon into Frame Lord Zeta. And this is the first time, like, this duel is going to showcase like how powerful Zeta can be. Next up, we're going to be seeing Charge of Light Brigade. He's going to add another Lumina to his hand for some backup later in the duel. Turn 2, we're going to go for the Neos Fusion real quick, and I'm going to go for the Aim Release and Neos Fusion. We're going to go try to attack the Zeta, but Zeta's going to trigger its ability so it can stick around, and then both of them come back. We're going to trigger Fiendish Chain so we do not allow our opponent to synchro summon into another monster. Next up, what we're going to do right here, we're going to go for the Aim Release and trigger the Dark Dust Spirit. Our opponent is going to trigger the Zeta, so the Zeta and the Neos is still going to stick around, but we'll be able to try to go for an OTK right here. I summon into another Neos. We pitch a Bacon. Of course, our opponent has a Kiteroid. It is what it is. And then we get the Dark Dust Spirit back, so it returns back to our hands as the Spirit. Zeta comes back on the field. Our opponent used No Mortal Can Resist, so our Neoses don't get that boost no more. Again, really should be rocking Neospace instead of No Mortal Can Resist, but it is what it is. Next up, our opponent's going to search for the Lightsworn Archer. I think it was just one of those situations where he needed to trigger this to pitch some cards, and this last card that he could add was Fearless, so because you don't want to add this card. This card's literally a dead card in your hand. Anyways, now we're going to see the AD Changer trigger, switch my monster to Defense Position. I'm going to use the Neos Fusion to protect my guy. Next up, what we're going to do right here, we're going to activate the Night Beam, snipe out the Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to normal summon into our Keeper. Gonna go try to attack the Zeta. He's gonna use Zeta's ability. He's gonna use Kiteroid to protect himself, and then he whips out a Stego Saber. Apparently, if this card's in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, special summon it onto the field, and you take no battle damage from the battle. So he lived another turn. Really annoying. I was really hoping for the win right here. Next up, we're gonna have to deal Zeta. We're gonna trigger the Canadian on Zeta, but Zeta's gonna bounce both monsters out of here. Next up, we're gonna go for the swing. Gonna go for the swing. Get rid of all these monsters right here. Next up, Zeta is gonna special summon itself back onto the field. Summons Judgment Dragon. Does not go for the nuke because I guess he didn't want to pop his own Zeta. That's probably why. So I was really confused why he didn't go for the nuke. He probably should have, in my opinion. But anyways, he's going to summon the Judgment Dragon, mill all of his cards, and then he has to surrender. He auto loses right here. And you know what? I thought it was going to be very hard to commentate that, but you know what? I think I did a decent job for what this duel was, but it was just one of those things where Azizu was just going boom, 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 boom. Summon JD, mills the rest of the deck. It is what it is. I don't know. If you did not know what was popping in that duel replay, though, I recommend rewinding the video and putting it to 0.5 speed because my commentary was extremely fast. I should be a rapper. On to the next duel, though. So in this duel replay, I'm going against somebody called Bun from Japan. This person was playing Blue Eyes White Dragon, and let me tell you what, boys and girls, you're going to need to watch to the end of this replay because something hilarious happens with your boy Dark Dust Spirit. We're going to be going second against this Blue Eyes White Dragon player, and let's go see what the lad does, okay? First thing he's going to do is going to set one card. It's going to be our turn. We're going to summon the Keeper Dragon Magic, pitch the Neos to search for Neos Fusion. Next up, we're going to activate our Neos Fusion and go into the Fusion Summon of Brave Neos. Now, I pitched the Bacon Saver instead of Aim Release because I wanted the protection, and I just, you know, we already have 2 monsters on the field anyways, so I didn't really worry too much about having Aim Release in the graveyard because we can just probably tribute off Dragon Magic for Dark Dust Spirit. Also, I don't know why I did this, but for some reason I decided to attack with my weaker monster instead of my Brave Neos. I don't know why I did that. Should have went for the extra search of Neos Fusion by attacking with Brave Neos to get the search off, but hindsight 2020, it's not going to matter because our opponent's going to trigger Spirit Karibo. But yeah, I don't know why I had this like habit of attacking with my weak monster instead of my Brave Neos. I did this a couple times in some of my losses in the 10 to 10 win-loss ratio. I lost a couple times because I was just not searching for Neos Fusion like an idiot. Anyways, though, our opponent's going to special summon Dragon Spirit of White with their White Stone Ancients on my end phase, banish the Canadia. Now let's go see what this guy's going to do. He's going to trigger his Solar Recharge, draw 2 cards, normal summons White Stone Ancients, special summons into Blue Eyes White Dragon through Dragon to Spirit of White's effect. Next up, what he's going to do, he's going to activate Alternative Evolution, summon into Alternative White Dragon, try to pop my Brave Neos, but I'm going to trigger my Neos Fusion to protect my Brave Neos. Next up, our opponent is going to go into the synchro summon of your boy Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Next up, he's going to trigger White Stone Ancients to add back Alternative back to his hand. Next up, we're going to be seeing our opponent try to attack. We're going to use the Bacon Saber real quick. Our opponent's going to trigger one of his White Stone Ancients, summon into your boy Blue Eyes White Dragon. Next up, he's going to try to summon into another Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't even know how I got 3 of them in the graveyard this turn, but it is what it is. And he has 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Now watch what happens here, boys. We special summon the Elemental Hero Neos from the graveyard, and then we tribute off for our Dark Dust Spirit and blow up the entire field right here. He's going to chain his Spirit to summon Azure Eyes, but it does not matter. I popped literally everything off the field, and the opponent scooped. This guy scooped out of nowhere, bro. Now, the reason why I was able to do this is because it was chained. Since he chained Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon's effect to Dark Dust Spirit, what happened was that the chain triggered, and all the effect is in the chain of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is just summoning Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This is during the summon, and since the summon was done, next up, the chain goes to Dark Dust Spirit, and that blows up everything. Since he chained it to Dark Dust Spirit, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon wasn't going to be able to trigger its effect because its effect would only trigger after the chain was over, and since it got blown up by Dark Dust Spirit, it wouldn't be able to trigger its effect. Therefore, his Blue Eyes monsters got destroyed, so this guy instantly scooped, which I was very happy about, which was awesome. So for this duel replay, we're going against Avery from Italy. This dude is playing like a Lightsworn bootleg 6 Sam deck, kind of a mix of both decks together, and I don't know what it is, but dueling in the morning, I've noticed a lot of people play Lightsworns. It's very interesting because in my, what was the video called? Man, I'm at a blank right now. The video that I uploaded yesterday at the time of this video, crap, what was it? DDDs. When I was trying to get replays for DDDs, I was going against like every meta deck under the sun except Lightsworns. For whatever reason, in today's video, I'm going against like 20 different Lightsworn videos. I don't know why I blanked out so hard on that, but it is what it is. Anyways, though, I go turn 1, set the Canadia and set the other Canadia. Our opponent's going to draw a card, activate the Solar Recharge, draw 2 cards. Next up, he's going to activate Charge of Light Brigade, search for Lumina. As you can see, he's pitching both Lightsworns and Bootleg 6 Sam. He's going to summon Lumina. I'm going to activate my Canadia so he can't special summon anything. We draw into the Neos Fusion, which was really clutch. We pitch a Bacon Saber and Neos to summon into Brave Neos. And also, by the way, I should mention this right now, I'm finally using Neos space. Let's go, Watt 007. Let's go. Anyways, though, we're going to go attack with Brave Neos, get the search off for our Neos Fusion, which is awesome right here. Next up, Sarah's going to activate, or is going to normal summon into Lumina, trigger my other Canadia. I decided not to special summon my Canadia from the graveyard. We're going to go for the Neos Fusion, pitch the Amaryllis, go into Brave Neos right here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what I should have done right here is I actually should have used Amaryllis' effect to summon Dark Dust Spirit, but I didn't want to risk the Kiteroid. When you go against decks like these, they have a high chance of having Kiteroid or Spirit Creep in my hand, so I was like, I don't want to waste both my Neos Fusions just to summon Dark Dust Spirit, potentially to get oofed. But I should have done that because of the fact that he didn't have any hand traps in his hand, but that's just the what-if game, and I was trying to play the calculated play of not trying to play around Kiteroid, because yeah, if I summoned Dark Dust Spirit, wasted both my Neos Fusions to keep both my Brave Neoses on the field. If you activated Kiteroid, I would have had like barely any resources to keep these suckers alive, so it is what it is. Next up, Sarah is going to go activate another Solar Recharge on her turn, draws 2 cards, activates the Charge of Light Brigade, adds the 3rd Lumina as a hand. This person is persistent, dude. He's going to summon into Lumina, activates effect, special summon into Raiden. If you didn't catch that, they did pitch a Bacon Saber in their graveyard, which is very obnoxious. We're going to be seeing a Squire Saga get special summon onto the field. He's going to banish a card to get rid of my Neos Fusion. Next up, he's going to pop my Brave Neos, switch my Brave Neos, or my second one, to defense position with AD Changer. I activate the Bacon Saber to protect my Brave Neos, and then what we do right here, boys, we banish the Amaryllis, summon it to Dark Dust Spirit, pop the Squire Saga, use Fusion, Neos Fusion to protect myself, and then we go for the direct attack with Dark Dust Spirit. They did use the Bacon Saber when we attacked with Brave Neos, but they didn't have any hand traps, so we got that dub, which I was very happy about. Now, for the final duel in today's video, I'm going against somebody called Ruri from Japan, and let me tell you what, this deck that I went against was the most weird deck I've ever seen in Legend Fusion rank. Like, you guys are not going to believe the deck that I went against, but let me tell you what, bro, this is a duel to watch. We're going to be going second against this Yusei Fudo, and let's go see some of these crazy combos that Yusei is going to do. We're going to trigger the Neo Space real quick. Yusei is going to go for the Herald of Heaven to pitch to search for the Sanctuary of Sky. Next up, he's going to be activating his Sanctuary of the Sky. He's going to go summon into Agent of Mystery Earth to search for Master Hyperion. Next up, what he's going to do is that he's going to special summon Uranus, pitch another Uranus from his deck to the graveyard through Uranus's effect, trigger level duplication to his Uranus, or no, to his Earth. Next up, he's going to special summon his Master Hyperion, and then watch this, guys. Watch this. He's going to first banish some stuff, and then he's going to banish his 2 monsters to summon into the Phantasmal Lord Ultimate. Blah-blah-blah-blah-doo. I was not expecting this, okay? I was not expecting this, and let me tell you what, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players do not read, and I definitely did not read in this situation, so this card has a lot of effects that you're about to witness right here. I go for the Neos Fusion, I pitch an Amaryllis, summon it to the Brave Neos. Next up, what we do right here is that we triple set, and then he activates his ability. Apparently, during either player's main phase, you can special summon as much tokens as you want, and due to that, he boosted his attack to 6,000, which was problematic, because I couldn't kill it with my Neos. I did read the fact that it gains attack per monster on the field, but, you know, I didn't read the second effect where you can special summon a bunch of tokens. Next up, he's going to go activate Hatronade. I chain my Phoenix Chain to his monster. So, boom, bada bang, we negate the effect. He tributes off both of his tokens for another Master Hyperion, use Master Hyperion to pop my Brave Neos, and then he activates the effect again for whatever reason. Now, I double set the Canadias real quick. Next up, what I do is I play the Canadia to flip down his monster. Then we activate Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of Sanctuary of the Sky. I activate my Dark Spirit and blow up everything. Try to go for the swing to get rid of the monster. He activates Spirit Karibo, so Dark Dust Spirit returns my hand. Next up, he's going to try to do things again, but I flip it back down with my other Canadia. Now, I should have not done this right here. I should have not done this right here because just because this face down monster gains attack per monster on the field, it doesn't gain defense. What I should have done is I should have summoned into my Keeper Dragon Magic and then search for Neos Fusion, summon Neos Fusion, and then go for, you know, some attack right here. But I went for Dark Dust Spirit, definitely not the play here. And due to that, we return the Dark Dust Spirit back to hand because, you know, he was at 0 defense. It didn't matter. Should have summoned to my Keeper Dragon Magic. We get attacked by another Hyperion. Luckily, though, we summon into the Keeper Dragon Magic, pitch the Neos, go for the Neos Fusion, activate Neos Fusion real quick, go pitch the Bacon Saber and the Neos so we still have some protection. Next up, we go attack the Master Hyperion and then attack with Keeper Dragon Magic. And then the dude surrenders. I'm genuinely surprised a player like this that's playing the weirdest deck I've ever seen surrenders, but it is what it is. Well, we got that dub. Definitely unexpected, that's for sure. Absolutely insane duel. Well, my final thoughts on this deck is that this deck is definitely not King of Games worthy at the beginning of the season. I've had ups and downs with this deck, and I haven't been able to get a consistent win rate, which is why I won 10 times and lost 10 times. But still, this deck is one super fun, and I honestly think you probably could snag King of Games on like the last week of this season. Throw off some of your opponents because I don't think everybody's going to be prepared for Dark Dust Spirit, that's for sure. And hey, Neos can come through sometimes, that is for sure. So there you go right there. Big shout out to Galaxy for recommending this combo to me. Thank you so much, man. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. If you guys enjoyed today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video and you have not already, hit the like button on the video down below and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Other than that, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll go see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.